Okay, here in front of you, you have some hit bun, some hot rice. There are, it says way over here that there are 6 containers, gape. There are 6 containers, then 2 more free ones on top. Each one of these containers of rice is 210 grams, so there's 1.6 kilograms of rice here. You pop one of these containers, peel the lid back a little bit, toss one of these containers into the microwave for 2 minutes, and you have a nice fresh steaming bowl of rice to go with your stir fry, or to make into stir fry, or to eat however it is that you choose. They were on sale, this big bag, for about $4, and so I got that when I was out at the grocery store a couple of hours ago. It's here because I have to have some sort of prop to show you something. Well, I don't really have to, but I feel more comfortable when I've got something in front of me with which to distract myself from the fact that I'm talking into a video. I did not post a picture to talk to yet. I tried doing that earlier. It feels strange, and so I'm not doing that yet either. Today was sort of an unpleasant day for a portion of it. I had to go in. Today's Friday, which is one of my days off of work usually. I had to go in and observe one of the new teachers, and unfortunately it was awful. It was awful. She has a lot of problems. She's a new teacher. She's young. She's inexperienced, and so hopefully a lot of the problems will be able to fix themselves over time, but really it was all I could do to keep from jumping up and taking over her class. Now, normally this would be somewhat of a problem, but in this instance I'm afraid it might be a major problem. The reason is that the teacher in question is the daughter of the owner of the school, and her mother, the owner of the school, thinks that her daughter is the golden child, of course, can do no wrong. I observed at the request of the daughter, so hopefully she will be willing to listen to suggestions about how she can improve, but honestly, if she were not the daughter of the owner, I would recommend that the school look for another Korean teacher to replace her, and that they might give her 90 days notice. That's how bad it was today. I don't think I've seen any of the Korean teachers at the school do as poorly, so I hope that she's open to constructive criticism. I hope that in the process of trying to get her to be better at her job, that I don't screw up my own situation here, and whether I do or not, that's fine. It's more important that we have good teachers at the school, so I am not going to bite my tongue or anything like that. I'm going to be as tactful and diplomatic as I'm able to, but I'm not going to keep it to myself and tell her that she was doing well when she really wasn't. It was bad. So an hour and a half of observing this, where I was biting my tongue and biting my lip and trying not to jump up, I found very frustrating, and it actually made me angry to have to fight back that, and my mind went to a lot of different things during the observation because I needed to distract myself, one of which was toying with an idea for a service that would be an independent contractor that would come in and observe teachers and evaluate teachers, but someone who was not involved in the school itself, someone who came in from outside the school, not part of the district, not beholden to any of the principals or the superintendent of schools, maybe someone who answers only directly to the government, whether it's the state government or the federal government. So I started toying with that idea because something needs to be done about bad teachers being in the classroom and nobody noticing they're there. But this is me talking about work and work frustrations, the reason for which was to talk about how the frustration melted away. I finished the observation at 9 p.m. and there's a typhoon that's hitting South Korea right now. And when I finished, I had ridden my bike to school and changed into work clothes at school, and I changed back into my shorts and t-shirt to ride the bicycle home at 9 o'clock at night, and it was storming to beat the band. It was like to use the colloquialism from Texas, it was like a cow pissing on a flat stone. It was coming down so hard it was bouncing back up. It was coming down in sheets, and so the secretaries, of course, said that I should hail a taxi, call a taxi, or something like that, and I just sort of smiled and said no problem and rode my bike home in the rain. It was wonderful. The rain coming down was coming down so hard it was actually stinging my eyes. I had trouble keeping my eyes open. I considered taking out my sunglasses just to have some shield between the rain and my eyes, but it was 9 o'clock at night, it was dark out, and even with the street lights, I think sunglasses would have reduced my visibility too much. It was a little bit cool, the rain. It was not a cold rain, and it was about 85, 90 degrees here anyway while it was raining, and so it was this warm rain coming down, splashing all over the place. I was absolutely soaked through within a minute of being out in the rain, and it's a 10-minute bike ride home uphill, and so it was a little bit longer because I was fighting a typhoon to get home while I was riding the bicycle, and but I really enjoyed it. I was splashing through puddles that were 8 inches deep. Cars were sending just huge sheets, giant wings of water splashing over me. I stood in the hallway and left a puddle for a couple of minutes before I went into my apartment. I tried to sort of wring myself out a bit so that I wouldn't mess up the floor too much. But it was a glorious, wonderful bike ride home. My concern and worry melted away. It was beautiful. I was thinking about how much I enjoy walking in the rain or riding my bike in the rain, or just the fact that it rains. It was indeed the most beautiful thing I had seen or experienced today. And so, despite having a short time when I was less than pleased, the weather at least turned my mood around. Most people here would have been unhappy with the rain, but I was tremendously pleased with it. Anyway, posting a video apparently about rice and rain. I love you, Cheyenne. Oh, and I forgot to hit stop. I love you, Cheyenne. I'll talk to you later. I hit stop on the stopwatch, but not on the recording. Durr.